Okay, guys, in this lesson, the original Polyshop built-in DCS lesson, we're walking through the use of APKWS rockets, guided, laser-guided rocket. Wonderful. Okay, shall we start? Okay, wonderful. So, weapon select switch left or right. You have to bind this and just control this weapon select switch left or right. Okay, left. Change this menu. We bring sparse weapon page for rockets, which is a mix of the VSD page and weapon symbology. Rocket steering queue show the expected impact point. Okay, rocket steering queue is this. And the rocket status is that off, now off, as armed. Rocketing whether off or saved armed will occur if the helicopter is in the air and the master arm switch is arm position. So now we are in the air and have to master arm on, Now armed. See, rocket's armed. Okay, so rocket status saved because the helicopter is parked on the ground. We are not parked on the ground. While the helicopter is in the air, fire rockets by squeezing and holding the weapon second attempt on pilot stick or press enter on the keyboard. Doing it right now, we launch the APKWS as a typical unguided rocket, so they will fly ballistically and cannot be guided. To change that and use the full capability of the APKWS, the following steps are required. So we doesn't have to launch this baby, this dangerous baby, without guided, is full. Okay, we go on. First, press weapon select switch up to bring up the weapon page. Weapon select up. You have to bind, if I remember right, weapon select switch up, view up slow, pilot. It's not that. Is that weapon select switch up? Okay, weapon configuration page. And this is the weapon configuration page, guys. Is very important. It seems difficult, but if you see one time, you will remember. I promise you. First, press weapon select switch. Press the R5 key to enter weapons bit setup page. You could bind this, but it's more simple also to set up with on the ground, if you prefer, with your mouse button. So click once. Here. Okay. Now press R4 key to select the rocket type by zone. Okay. This is important to understand which is zone. Display the available rocket type and their code, as mentioned in the previous lesson, as a rocket pod has two zones, A and B, and each zone can carry different type of rocket. Okay. For the example, HE. Explosive and smoke. This is not the case with APKWS, but zone have to use the same type. If you see, we have the same type. This and this. Wonderful. So, type by zone. This is the zone, and this is the code. Here you can remember which kind of code we have to use. Code 3, H10. Code 4, HRC. Code 6, LG, laser guide. We have to insert the laser guide there. So, the display available, this is not the case. Okay, we go on. The current type of rocket is show 3, H10. We have to change to 6. So, change the rocket type, press R4 key. Here. Then press 6 on the top and enter. Now you see the zone A is changed, laser guide, but zone B still remain 3. So do the same operation, 6 and enter for the zone. You see, it's changed. Now press 6 again. Okay, press enter to save the change. The rocket type zone by subpage will return to the weapon bit setup page. This is weapon bit setup page. Okay, confirm that zone A and B are showing LG. Zone A and B are showing laser guide, laser guide, laser guide, laser guide. You see? We change here. So confirm. Right now to the Q distance, vertical offset, calculated 3000 meter, range method changed to laser because APKWS are used in combination with the MMS. Okay. To do so, press the R5 key to return to the waypoint page. So return to the waypoint page. Then S to the MK for the super quick fuse where rocket will explode on impact. So S, enter. Accept debug, press L on the MK for laser ranging. So L, enter. So we have open this menu and we have to press S on the multifunctional key for the super quick fuse, accept by enter, then L for laser ranging is important. If you don't do that, the missile doesn't work. Okay? Or doesn't work properly. Confirm that the chains are stored and display below the contact label on the MFD. Contact label this on the LMD. And SQ stand for super quick, LASE stand for laser. Okay, we done that right. Go on. Press the weapon select switch left or weapon select right to switch back to the sparse weapon menu. Okay, now we are on the sparse weapon menu. And important, you will find this every time you want to activate the TV on your MMS here. Okay, the vid is now off. We turn on in TV mode. If you click again, it goes on infrared mode. But I like TV for now. So, display vid. The following step: prepare MS to provide laser guidance for the APKWS rockets. On the bottom of the left MFD, press the MMS to bring up the MMS page. Now we have to change pilot and copilot seat. The bind are occupy copilot, occupy pilot. Now occupy copilot. You see, this is MMS, our radar, and I suggest you to bind also the arming of the MMS. And this is this. Okay. Now you have to enter the laser code. By default, the missile are set up on the A ladder, that is 1688 code. You have to press once here. If you make an error and press 2, you have to press until you come back to A 1688. And now is already on forward operation mode. If not, you have to move. I also binded this, which is this. We are in copilot, set copilot. Then MMS mode selector, clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay. You check is in forward mode. Instructor node. The MMS can also operate in prepped mode to guide APKWS rockets. Instructor node laser code for the MS must be the same to guide. Okay, you just remember another kind of operational mode, but don't mind. And important, the same code on the missile, same code on the rocket. It will be the lasing code you will use. It's important. It's important the that you understand the technique. If you are lasing with the laser on the top of our Kiowa, this baby, this alien baby, every copter, every missile that will be launched from the copter, both rocket, both airfire, follow the actual lasing painted on the target, both from your copter or from another. Rocket steering cue is this. You can see here. This is the steering cue, and the range to target. When you're lasing, rocket arm and altitude. Now, how can we lasing? Don't be impatient. Now we're going to. Now, manual mode to the cockpit stick to switch to the manual sub mode. Which is the manual sub mode? Is here. And you can move the laser. You can move the laser with the MMS steering cue. I also suggest you to bind the zoom, which is this key, MMS FOV, narrow toggle and wide toggle. That has 3 levels of narrow, 1, 2, 3, and 3 levels of wide, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, only 2. Okay. Anyway, that's good. Wonderful. Okay. Now we are ready to lace. So, slew the MS to the left, to the right. Notice the rocket steering cue on the right MFD is also moving accordingly. Okay, if you see, this is the steering cue. But you can't control this from the pilot seat. You have to do this from copilot. Now, we move here. Okay. Perfect. Now we could start lasing. To reset the MS position, press MMS manual slave and deslave, and it comes bore side. Okay. It's very important to remember that rocket steering cue is showing the mass displacement relative to the helicopters and not the heading designated point. The cue is helping the pilot to align the helicopter with the designating target. So this cue is not show the final splashing point. Visualization on target spot on the MS on the right is the plus marker in the center. Gameplay note: turn the helicopter left and right may help in designating the target while using the right MD. Okay. Before fire rocket, make sure the rocket steering cue is close to the center on the screen. Steering cue to the center because it's bore side to the helicopter. Otherwise, the APK might not acquire the laser beam from the MS and or won't have the optional flight path. Okay, so you see the missile is in the line with the copter. So if you are lasing in front of you, the copter, the missile follow the right path. But for an instance, if you are lasing in this direction, to the right, to the left, the rocket still remain in this direction. So it couldn't see the laser. Hold fire laser button will laser the selected target. Don't release the button. Rocket will most likely miss with every time likely miss. When you laser, you click lasing show you. Now is button for lasing. I have push button for lasing or switch for continuous lasing. I will suggest you to bind the same. I've binded push button for file laser and a double another switch. See there, this is button and this is switch to continuous lasing. So I could do the same. The fire rocket squeeze, fire second detent on the pilot stick and press enter on or press enter with two keyboards. So pilot seat is this, and show you pilot, fire weapon second detent. Okay, we are ready to shoot. Before we lasing, they start to flashing, the distance start to flashing. We are in range 3000 about meter, and then shoot. We follow. Okay, splash. You could do another. No, it's moving very, very fast. Stop lasing, start lasing, and fire. Oh, no, we missed. Try again. Start lasing. It's not simple, this. See? Continues. Oh, no. If I change is coming back. I will try. The movie is so fast. But you see, it's very precise if you still lasing in the same spot and don't move. I will show you. If I lasing for an instance here, lasing 3000, shoot, wait, don't move, perfect hovering, and splash in the right point. Okay. Oh, I made an error. It wasn't unslew. Now it was unslew, and now is more precise. So can we try again? I will show you in a while what I changed. Oh, I'm not lasing. This is the reason why. You see, this is solid, the distance is solid, it's not lasing, so the rocket goes to the hell. Now again. Now I'm lasing. Perfect. And splash now. Right. You see, I was doing that when the system is slew, and it doesn't work. I have unslew. I don't know how I can move this when the system is slew. Anyway, to slew and unslew and unslew, see this button, MMS, manual slave mode. Okay, so moving, slewed, and now I show you another trick. I zoom a little bit, and then this is the point track mode. You see, it's continuous tracking moving vehicle. You can do this by bind the MMS point track on. MMS point track on, okay? And now I start lasing, showing this is flashing, and fire, two at the same time. Splash one, continue lasing, okay, and I don't know where goes the second, but it works, it really works. We could make more precise launch now, like this. I see the driver of the truck is smoking a cigarette, okay, or not. I light his cigarette. I'm arriving, mate. Bam! Oh yes. Okay, mission accomplished. There's no indicator of how many rockets are left, but it's possible just to look at the rocket pod and check visually. 2 rockets on the left and 1 more rocket on the right. Yes. Ripple pair salvos are available for APKWS the same way for as unguided rocket. Okay, I will show you where. Here. You can change single or pairs clicking in mode in right MFD. The MMS is capable of tracking moving target when the MS crosshair point track. I showed you how to do that. The default laser PRF code stored in the APKWS rocket is 1688. I told you that. Okay. And now we go on. Can be changed if you need. The helicopter is underground. Press right shift key to display height keyboard. We don't interested in. Left shift, left alt to cycle second number in the code. Okay, but we don't have to change. Laser code used to the MMS can also be changed, but we don't need to change. If you want, this is the way. Press the round laser code button, press the key next element. I'm not interested in that. Okay, and that's all for the lesson. I hope you enjoy and have fun with the Kiowa Warrior. Super